Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you guys about safe work and practice in a water sports based environment. Throughout this video, I'm going to outline what it means for an instructor to use safe work and practice, and what they should consider throughout a water sports session. So, first of all, a water sports coach should have a structured plan of what they're going to do during the session. So the plan should involve the right venue for the group. So for example, if they had a group of like 5 or 6 year olds, taking them out on a fast flowing river, that isn't a good venue for them. If they have an older group, that might be an ideal venue, but while considering the venue, they've got to remember, obviously, taking a group to a place which is in their coaching level. Because if they take a group outside the coaching level, then that isn't going to be good for that group and yourself as well. So once they've got a structured plan of where they're going to take the group, next thing would be to get group medical forms down and emergency contact forms. Look for them. Make sure that the kids have got the correct medical stuff that they need on the form, and all the information about your group is correct. Once you have this, you should then go to brief your group, meet your group. Once you have met your group, obviously tell them to make sure that they've got warm clothes, spare clothes, any medical stuff that they need that you had on the form should be with them. I'll make sure that they've got everything that they're going to need for the day. So once you've got everything you need, head over to the water sports stores. Now, when they get to the water sports stores, giving them a correct equipment is essential, is a key part of safe work and practice, because giving them wrong equipment can cause injuries, can cause hazards to occur as well during the water sports session. So making sure you're giving your group the correct buoyancy aids, wetsuits, paddles, the jackets, making sure all that is suitable for your group. Once you have got this, the next thing you should do is head over to the venue. Head to the venue that you've chosen for your group, and again is within your coaching level. So at the venue, what should next happen is, once you've taken the boats off the back of the trailer and placed them in an area which is out of the way of the public, giving a safety brief of the venue is very important. Within this safety brief, you should outline stuff like the outline and the areas where the groups can and can't go, outlining other people and the environment around them, as well as other boats on the water. So any big canal boats, make sure you're staying away from them. Fishermen as well, make sure you're not near their fishing rods, and any animals too. So once you've given your safety brief, next thing you do as a water sports coach is show them how to hold the paddles. Make sure they're holding the paddles correctly, and practice doing strokes out of the water. Practice moving the paddles in a forward paddle stroke or backward paddle stroke, and also demonstrating how to get in and out of the boats correctly and safely. And obviously, telling the kids to be, make sure when they're entering the water, to enter it safely and correctly. So once you've shown them how to use the paddles, get them on the water, then Observing them doing their paddle strokes, letting them have a go, letting them practice the paddle strokes you've just shown them, letting them have a go, have a little play. Once you're happy with that and you've monitored it and you've watched the group, bring them back in, do a review on how they feel they are in the boats, how they feel they are when they're holding the paddles, and if there's anything that they need to improve on and stuff. Once they have done this and you're happy with that, demonstrate how to do a forward stroke into a steer, so making the boat go steer into a straight line. Demonstrating this a few times to them so the group can see, demonstrate it carefully as well. Once you've done this, let them have a go. Let them practice again. You are observing and watching them, making sure that they're doing the correct techniques, make sure they're not going over the boundaries that you've set to them. Once you're happy with this, then take your group on a little journey again, briefing them on staying together as a group, not having the group speed off. Again, trying to stay in the middle of the lake, staying away from any of the barges or canal boats, and position yourself at the back so you can watch the group and watch the whole group and the techniques, and watch them as they're travelling down the water. Make sure that they go at a steady pace. As well as that, again, monitoring the group, making sure that the group together is a good part of group control, and that is a good part of safe working practice. So once you've done all this, and you're coming towards the end of the day, bring the boats to the bank, get out of the boats, and do a little review on how they're feeling so far, how they're feeling they are travelling down the river, and if you think that there's anything that they need to improve on. Once you've done this, a mini review, continue on your trip down the river, again monitoring them. Once you've come to the end of the day, take the boats out and do a big group review on how they feel from when they started the day to the end of the day, how they feel they've progressed from the start of the day to the end of the day, and if they enjoy themselves. So once the day's finished, you've put the boats back onto the trailer, heading off to base, collecting all the equipment back in. Once you've collected the equipment back in, the group's gone. The next thing which a water sports coach should do is do a reflection of themselves, a review on themselves, a review on how they feel their session went, on how they feel that they gave the correct demonstrations, the correct information to the group. If it worked, if the venue was correct, if all this is happy with them, then bring it to the next group. If they're not happy with how it went, if it didn't go as well as planned, if the venue changed if the weather changed at the venue while they were there, if they made the correct decision to adapt it, looking over this review is going to be key for the next water sports session they do. And again, that's another good part of safe working practice, is to do a review on yourself. So if you do need to change anything, you've got it there ready to change for the next session. So these are the key parts of safe working practice that a water sports coach needs to consider while they're doing a water sports session. So yeah, that's key.